Oh, thanks, everyone. I have two announcements. First, we didn't use Easy Cater for this meeting, which is why the food never arrived. Also, and I just thought of this, effective immediately, everyone will be paid in wildly volatile cryptocurrency. You're all now billionaires. And now you're broke.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. Now, Easy Cater.
You're rich again. And now you're not.
Order 24/7 on easycater.com.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to show number 2,902. Along with Steve the Throw Hill, the Ted Smith, Robin Fox, and my cock, Montgomery. That's it. Our in the men's room. Today it is the random question. Your guess is as good as mine. Categories, cities, and ice cream. Ask the Men's Room is back. Get ready to play Profile This. Plus headlines, the Men's Room Shot of the Day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted. Click, clap, drink it, talk. All right, here we go. Indiana bus driver lets student drive, says he was pissed the Men's Room wasn't on the fort anymore. To Texas, where someone at the Department of Corrections appears to be an $18 million cocaine whore. We go to Detroit's Comerica Park, where you can buy a pizza with a loogie on top. Another person learns how quickly that whole selfie game can stop. And Florida man gets 20 years for stealing cigarettes. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches, and good day to you and yours. All right, let's go to the fine state of Georgia, where an unidentified boy, he's been given a multi-million-dollar settlement after a botched surgery left him, quote, permanently disfigured. Now, the reason he actually got the settlement is because the botched surgery happened to be a circumcision. And now he has a disfigured penis, which most of us will agree, great name for a punk band, terrible condition to have to endure. So as this kid grows up, think of all the unsolicited D-pics that he won't be able to send. Hell, think of all the solicited D-pics that he won't send. Well, thanks to cell phones, the ability to send nude pictures, that's all the rage. Unfortunately, because of cell phones and the ease with which we can do it, some people's expectations are now elevated. Case in point, a woman in Oklahoma, she gave her guy to a number last week. They just met, they exchanged numbers. A few hours later, he started asking her for nude photos. Naturally, she turned him down, so he threatened to blow up her apartment building. If that's the kind of person you are, maybe you should just go to a brothel, like the Robot Brothel that's in Houston, Texas. And yes, you heard me right. There is officially a Robot Brothel, and before you laugh or book a trip, just know that 40% of Americans, they're down to getting smoothed up in a sex spot. Just know that. These are some of the stories we saw that led to many, many questions we'd like to ask you in the form of our random question, and here's how it works. You call us, we ask you a question at complete random. And after you share your scintillating story, we will share with you the news story that inspired said question.
Be part of the big show, the random question. Call 844-999. Ola, you can like The Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send your emails to themensroom@mensroomlive.com. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All the Macholas, and away we go. Welcome to show number 2,902 with a large and in charge program we have for you today.
You really think so?
Yeah, it's going to be a guaranteed future repeat. This is going to be probably one of the greatest shows that we have personally ever done. Presented to you today in 4 fine hours.
Huh. Well, we'll just do it again tomorrow, though.
Are you not feeling it?
This show, well, I don't know. I was late for the big meeting about how good. We have the future repeat meeting. I don't know if this is one of them.
Your guess is as good as mine on tap. And the categories today are going to be cities in the United States and ice cream. So those are the two categories. I'll give you an idea. What's that?
Like you just named 10 cities, or what's the
These
criteria?
are the funnest cities. The most fun cities in the world.
Based on everyone's opinion or just ours? Because you and I would put Biloxi there. I had a great time in Biloxi.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? All right. They also put out a list of the 10 least fun cities in the United States. You will not guess one of these cities in a million years.
Are these cities we haven't heard of?
You haven't heard of half of these places.
Well,
all right.
Yeah.
And the ones you have, you're like, okay, it doesn't make any sense. For an example, these are the least fun cities.
All right.
And they used 65 factors to figure out the fun cities and the least fun cities.
That way you know you suck.
They include the number of attractions.
Okay.
Pools. Beaches, because people think pools are fun.
Well,
pools are fun.
I mean, nobody goes there to be miserable. I mean,
beaches per capita, amusement parks, festivals, nightlife, casinos, beer prices, and even little things like the time of last call and the number of good but cheap restaurants. So figuring all of those things in, the least fun city in the United States of America is Pearl City, Hawaii.
Really?
Bizarre, right?
You would think it has pools and beaches at least.
Let the bizarroness continue. Number 2, Oxnard, California.
Where is Oxnard?
I don't know, but you're in California.
Oxnard.
You're you're paying the taxes. You're living in California. Remember, I mean, it should be a beach nearby.
Matter, though.
It should be sunny.
Why?
What about California?
If I live in Eastern California
or Northern California,
right. Still sunnier than here, right?
I mean, everywhere's sunnier than Seattle.
It's at the beach just west of L.A.
It's on the beach.
Oh, then I don't know.
I don't get it either. Why aren't they having fun? Maybe that's where all those plants are that poof up all that pollution that you can see when you fly into them.
Maybe that's it.
I don't know. Okay. Bridgeport, Connecticut.
I've just heard it's a violent joint, but I've never been there, so I don't know.
That makes it at number 3. Followed by Santa Rosa, California.
I've heard the same thing, but I still think you can have some fun.
Fontana, California.
Never heard of it.
Yonkers, New York.
That I can believe.
Where's Yonkers?
It's if you're like headed toward D.C. or not D.C. Jesus, New York City. It's kind of like Poughkeepsie-ish, Yonkers. It's very close to New York City, but even people that say live in the Bronx, right, which is the tough borough in New York, they're like, oh, dude, Yonkers sucks.
Coming in next is Rancho Cucamonga, California. How can you have a bad time in Rancho Cucamonga?
I don't know, but they figured it out.
Man, oh man, I mean, with a name like Rancho Cucamonga, I'm thinking like we go for a weekend.
Well, what does Cucamonga mean?
I don't know.
It could be like the ranch of crap.
It's got to be in the valley, right?
I would think.
I don't know. I just
Rancho
take shots at the valley.
These are some of the least fun cities in the United States. South Burlington, Vermont. You're on a beautiful lake. You're in Vermont, which in all things, as far as East Coast living goes.
But what's fun?
I don't know.
It's a freaking lake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places you can go that have a freaking lake.
Good point. Probably leeches there.
And cold.
Juneau, Alaska at number 9. And finally, Moreno Valley, California. I will say from the movie Juno that the town of Juneau looked like a nice, place to live.
I never saw the movie.
Okay.
I thought the girl's name was Juno in that movie.
That's what I thought, too.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I thought the girl's name was Juno. Or maybe I'm dead wrong. I don't know.
But you were still in Alaska, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know.
Are you just making this up?
I don't know. I don't do what they call facts.
I know, but dude, since social media started, it's ruined our ability to just lie openly.
Yeah. And then there's Moreno Valley, California. Those are the most unfun places in the United States, and shockingly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities in California.
I can believe that.
Make the list. I have a really hard time believing that, but whatever.
Are you looking up Juno, Ted?
I am.
The movie?
Yeah.
So what? Just is it the place or is it the name of the woman?
16-year-old Minnesota high schooler Juno.
Oh,
so it's in Minnesota. Oh, the town looks lovely.
Yeah,
No wonder I thought that looked like a good place.
Hold
it wasn't even the right town.
All right, so you brought up Oxnard, California.
Right.
A couple of people are familiar. It says Oxnard is next to Ventura. Oxnard is near Napa. Oxnard, California is near Santa Barbara, but they say there's nothing around.
Right.
Rancho Cucamonga. Rancho Cucamonga is where Workaholics takes place near L.A.
Okay.
Let's see. Then it says, come on, Fontana, California. That has the California Speedway. They're saying they have NASCAR. So apparently everyone knows all of these towns, and other than
those are the least fun places in the United States. So I just thought
that's what it says, man.
Okay, we'll have a possible category come out on Your Guess Is As Good As Mine. The categories: the funnest cities in the United States, and ice cream. Ask the men's room's coming up. We'll drink a toast with a shot of the day, and another round to profile this. And today is the day that we do our random question. Away we go. 844-999. Hola.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Call girl, bitches.
Hola.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. How are you doing?
Just traveling home.
Okay. All right, Steven, let's go with this one. There used to be a time where you would do a barter system. You know what I mean? It was unspoken.
Yeah, they call it prostitution now.
If you had a friend,
hey, for a couple extra bucks, I'll hook you up.
Maybe you had a friend that worked somewhere and you hooked him up, he hooked you up, whatever the deal was, man, or maybe you traded something. When did you trade for something or not use cash to acquire something?
Or violence?
Good question.
Hello?
He didn't want to answer that one.
Oh, my God.
And he's gone. Good.
And he's gone. Didn't it sound like his head hit a bathtub and he died?
Isn't that like the new sound now?
Yeah, damn, like,
when people hang up.
Yeah.
Or is that the new sound when people hang up?
Yeah, you hear this weird sound.
Oh, okay, well, the next caller, we're going to tell them to hang up at the end of the call to see if
so
that sound.
Yeah.
That's really what happens?
Yeah.
All right, try another call.
That's how you know it dropped.
Try another call.
I'll put him on. Hang up on us.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you doing?
Hola! All right, Jared, we're going to have you answer the same question, and then when you're done, you're going to hang up, and we're going to see if it goes dong, all right?
It's not dong, it's more like bong.
Bong. All right, so our question, when did you trade for something or not use cash?
Actually, recently, I took my nephew down to Trampoline Nation, and he's like sick, and he's like, "Hey, Jared, come on, come drive with me." And I'm telling the guy, "Oh, no, I'm too fat." And this guy's looking at my sleeve, and he's like, "Oh my God, dude, let me look at your sleeve." Basically, I traded my tattoo sleeve for a free round of jumping for my nephew and I.
Just based on the fact that they were cool looking?
I guess so. I mean, the guy loved my sleeve. He's like, "Hey, man, you two get in free." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet. I got to get more tattoos now."
All right. Hey,
Because that works everywhere.
Right, exactly. Just ask Steve.
But I'll be honest with you, man. Of all the and look, tattoos are pretty prevalent now, so people don't freak out as much. But if I found out just by having some tattoos that someone else lets me bounce at Trampoline Nation? Trampoline. Sure. Hell yeah, man. Are you kidding?
Well, there's a bunch of high schoolers working down there, too, so all of them are dreaming about getting a sleeve, and I've come in, lo and behold, 19 years old, full sleeve. Oh, my God, I want to be like him.
How's the trampoline experience? How would you go
I jumped for 5 minutes before my knee started throbbing after getting surgery, and my nephew got bored in 30 minutes. So, honestly, it was good for free.
Okay, worked out. That's a lot shorter than a lot of other things out there. I mean, your basic movie is going to be about an hour and at least a half, maybe, or somewhere in there.
And the thing is, with movies, God damn it!
What?
I hung up before he did.
No.
The one thing I discovered about movies, all right?
That was quick.
And my son always does this. He always does this, and it gets on my freaking nerves. There's a movie he wants to see. Usually it's based on the recommendations of other classmates, right? So this weekend he wanted to see The Greatest Showman starring Wolverine. And I'm like, all right, man, I'll watch it. It's not the worst movie, but if you don't like musicals, this will I cannot believe how much they sing. But anyway, like anything with kids, they get impatient and they want the good stuff to start instantly. So it's halfway through the movie. He starts squirming around. Then he keeps asking me, is this the right movie? And it's like, look, man, it's the right movie. It's the goddamn movie that you picked. You got to give it a minute. Ended up liking it in the end. But to me, that's the worst thing about movies. You're wasting all of your damn day. And for the first half of any movie, the kids, they're not interested.
Reason we asked, when did you trade for something or not use cash? Here we go. We go to Ohio, and there's a strip club outside of Dayton, Ohio, called Sharky's Lounge. Sharky's. Don't forget every Thursday night at Sharky's, it's 2 for 1s.
Does every town have a Sharky's?
They have to. I think it's a law.
Yeah.
But who sits around and goes like, we need a Sharky's? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more this, right? You go, hey,
how do we tell them we do bets?
I got a business, and if you name it Sharky's, we're going to get the exact kind of people we're looking for.
I want to let them know that I loan money. You know what I mean? And we got a bookie, but I don't want to just give it away in the title. But how about Sharky's?
If we call it Sharky's, essentially, You just know when you show. If you ask the right questions, there's more happening here than you know.
I want a smiling shark with teeth. You know what I'm saying? It says Sharkies.
Like one of those funny sharks.
Well, they lost their liquor license last week after police found out they've been letting guys use food stamps to pay for lap dances. This is true. Can you just imagine coming up there? You're holding up the food stamp.
But wait,
they come and take it
Hold
from
on.
you.
How is that good for the dancer?
But I think it answers itself.
Yeah.
But also, I would ask,
they can eat.
why would you lose your liquor license if they're not getting booze with it? They're getting lap dances, right?
Undercover cops, they set up a sting.
Yeah.
And over the course of 5 months, they were able to use food stamps to pay for lap dances and buy illegal drugs.
Oh.
Employees of the club.
Well, why don't they lead, instead of saying for lap dances, I suspect maybe the illegal drugs was the thing.
Employees of the club accepted $2,400 worth of food stamps in exchange for sexual services and drugs, including heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, and meth.
Is that wrong?
They'll be allowed to stay open. They just can't sell alcohol anymore. Several employees are also facing charges for drug trafficking and food stamp trafficking, which is a form of fraud.
When you think about really how bad of a crime all this is, you're committing fraud. It's a federal thing, right? It's food stamp. You're selling, I don't care about the lap dance stuff, but you're selling illegal narcotics. You're defrauding the government. And in the end, it's like, you can stay open, but you're taking your liquor license. I would take that deal. If I own that place, thinking of all the heat that could come my way, like, I'm selling illegal drugs out of my strip club, and I just have to lose my liquor license?
Okay.
Okie doke.
Let's say I own a bar.
All
Let's
good.
say I own the strip club, right?
Uh-huh.
And you come in and you don't have any money, but you got a brand new iPhone, right?
Okay.
And you say, like, I got an iPhone, I got an extra one here. I want to get rid of this one. I want to drink for 2 hours, anything I want, and buy drinks for anybody in here, whoever I want to get a dance with, within reason. You get this iPhone. Now, I'm the owner of this place. I can't say, you know what, buddy, I'll take you up on that. You get 2 hours right now that you can drink. You can be within reason. I get the iPhone. Is it a deal? Deal? Shake on it? You can't do that? Can I barter, in other words?
I think you can't do it all the time. Because if I'm the owner, obviously I want your money because money's money.
Food stamp's different, right? Obviously.
It's different however you dole them out. But if I agreed, I'm sure on some level it's illegal. But if I owned it and I say, all right, your phone, I could probably give it $250 to $400 for it just because it's used. I will give you a tab of $300.
Right.
How you want to spend it is your own business.
Sure.
Actually, I wouldn't take the deal. I'm not into phones. But if I chose
whatever
to
it is,
do that,
whatever the thing is that you would, you
why
could barter.
does it matter? Or is it?
I think it has to do more with the illegal drugs and the fact that
it's food stamps.
Food
No.
stamps are probably
I
a different
get the
form.
illegal drugs. Like that explains itself. I'm also selling you heroin. That's a problem. But you came in as a customer. I own it. I know you don't have money. For whatever reason, you're offering me your phone. You haven't stolen it. It's yours. You're going to give it to me. I mean, look, I don't know what the law is, but I certainly feel that if you, as the owner of an establishment, because I'm still losing money on my liquor, right? So if I choose to give it to you, that's on me, but is it any different than,
all right,
if you're an actor, you happen to be the favorite actor on the owner's favorite TV show, okay? And I go in and I'm on your strip club and I'm getting drinks and all, and when I go to pay my tab, you say, hey, I'm such a fan of your show, it's on me. Like, is that okay?
Or I got a $3,000 car for sale. You got a $3,000 boat. We just trade.
We trade.
What the hell's wrong with that, right?
I don't think
you
as long
pay
as
your
we change the
licensing fees,
title,
I pay
right?
my licensing fees. We get the titles exchanged. We're good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
All right, I'm just curious if you can barter in life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a business to barter. You know what I mean? But if you
isn't that kind of what a pawn shop does?
Well, they give the money.
But that's specifically what they do.
If you
I
went
guess
in there and said, "Hey, I'll give you this. Will you give me that whatever picture on the wall?" Maybe they'll do that. I don't know.
It's happened. That's happened. Like musical equipment, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it does happen, but you're right. It's not like super above board. Like when I was a bartender, I knew certain restaurants where I would like hook people up with drinks
in exchange for chicken fingers. Or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that goes on. Yeah, that'll never go away.
But that's unspoken. I mean, and maybe this a lot.
Right,
of
it's
stuff.
industry to industry. It's not customers. But I mean, like I said, take the illegal drugs out of it. I don't know, and maybe you can't take food stamps either. I get it, but just why would it matter to anyone how you choose to make your money if the way you made it is legal?
Right.
Or at least there's nothing morally wrong. Like if you don't want your phone
so basically
and you want to give it to me.
Like, look, if we don't, just because you're not getting taxes, does this make it illegal? Just because you're not taxed. You know what I mean? That's my question.
Okay, well, wait. Some people, now we get this first comment. It says, look, it's illegal to trade food stamps for anything. It's illegal for anybody besides the person with the food stamp's name on it to use it. That is understood. But we take food stamps out of the equation. Someone else says, sounds like it's running into tax evasion. There's no way they can claim that phone as income. Okay, but the only thing I would say with that, I hear what you're saying and you're right, but he didn't just give me the phone. In exchange for the phone, I gave him something that I believe to be of equal value. So I've also technically lost $300 in sales.
He's also
because I accepted $300 in exchange for your phone.
He's also probably paid taxes on that himself. Let's assume that he bought 2 phones. He was going to give one to his girlfriend and wife. She broke up with him. Now he's got a free phone. He don't know what to do with it. So now he's going to try to sell it to me or borrow it from me and say, look, here's $300 at the bar.
Well, the other question, would they consider a tax evasion if the trade, in your mind, as the proprietor, is of equal value? Because I made $300 on the phone, but on the other hand, I also lost $300 for the same transaction, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, but it just seems like, I don't think it's a way to go through life and run your business.
No, because then you got to fence everything, too.
But I'm just keeping the phone for me.
Yeah.
Right? I said, I'm going to keep your phone. I estimate we agree it's worth $300. I gave you $300 worth of booze. I didn't make any money.
I mean, it makes sense, but also it's just one of those things like, I don't know how, but I'm sure it's illegal.
I'm sure it is, too, and I just don't know why.
Random.
Hello?
Random.
Come on. Hello, Beth. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hello, Beth.
Beth's gone.
Maybe not.
Hello, Fritz. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Oh,
How you
Fritz.
boys doing today?
We're doing great, man. We're going to ask you a manly question. We got into this conversation the other day, blew my mind with our own Mike Hawk. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Do you ever take a bath?
Actually, yes, I do.
Okay.
How often do you actually take a bath? Full submersion in a bathtub?
Okay, well, full disclosure, I don't usually take the bath for myself. I'm usually the last one through the bath because of a cheap son of a gun, and I like recycling water.
I'm sorry? Come again.
So say the kids are taking a bath, they're in and out, and then I'm the last one in. I use the last of the water.
Well, let me ask you this,
You
man.
get in your kids' dirty bath water?
Because I'm saying, look, to me, it's like sharing a drink, okay?
But they're using bath bombs, so I come out smelling like cotton candy.
No, I understand this, but look, man, we have one glass of water. It is me, it is Miles, it is Ted, and it's my 2 kids. And all of us are going to drink out of this glass of water. I will go after Miles or Ted. I will not follow my children because whatever they're eating is now in that water. It looks like soup. And it's like, I see the water when my kids get out of a bath, and I'm wondering, what do you do that I'm not looking? Because apparently you're a roofer.
Like now I got a floaty in my drink because my kid drank in it. What do you, okay, you said because you're frugal?
Yeah, I'm a shower guy, but I don't set up, I don't have late nights, light a candle, get a glass of wine, and sit in there and read my romance novel.
Okay,
no.
all right. So you normally would not take a bath, but in this instance, if you
But
said,
wait, how often do your kids get a bath? I mean, you doing this every time your kids get a bath?
No, not at all. This is a rare occasion when I jump in that water.
Okay, all right. All right, okay, fair enough.
We can't gross you out now.
Because the bath bomb's at least $5. You know what I mean? So it's not a cheap bath.
So how many, is it like once a month?
I got my favorite bath bombs. If it's cotton candy, oh yeah, I'm in there.
Why don't you just buy some Mr. Bubbles? I mean, why do you have to go big time or go home? I mean, why are you going to the goddamn Lush store when you could just be buying like a smiley bubbly dude for like $2?
Yeah, well, I can't go in the Lush by myself. That'd be weird. That's why I take my kid.
All right. Oh,
you're bathing in their cotton candy.
Just buy your Lush bath bombs. Enjoy yourself. It was made by Ricardo on December 3rd. It's right there on the lid. The reason we asked you to take a bath, a man was arrested for breaking into a home moments before he's about ready to take a bath, according to Memphis police. Upon arrival, they were told the suspect, Jamal Stables, was still on the scene, and he was running water. Getting ready to take a bath in the home. The bathtub was filled with water. He was about to dip in there, and he was taken into custody, naked. Random question. 844-999-HOLA. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the men's room.
Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up, the categories today will be the funnest cities in the good old US of A and ice cream. In the meantime, it is our random question. 844-999-HOLA.
So one of the questions we have you ever bartered for anything? And I guess there's the strip club in Ohio, got into some trouble for some obvious reasons. They got in trouble, but inevitably we asked the question, I own a place, you have something I want, you're willing to part with it, we believe what you return for what you give me is of equal value. Is it legal? Someone says, look, bartering is legal, but you have to report it twice as the value of the goods you sold, save the $300 tab, and then if you sell it, capital gains if you sold it for more.
Okay.
So you can do it, but it's still supposed to be reported.
All right, fair enough.
Now we know.
Random.
That is, if that person
We got
is
some
right.
men's room sausage. We want to trade for some drugs.
Random.
Legal drugs.
You know what I mean? Like the fentanyls and stuff.
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
All right, Matthew, here you go. Unfortunately for you, the question is, what would you say is your worst poop story?
My worst poop story?
Your worst poop story, yes.
I don't think it can be you or someone else.
Yeah.
I had to perform an enema this weekend, and I'm going to tell you, never done it before. Hope to not do it again.
Did it work?
It did work. Ted, you're looking at me, not on me.
Right.
Listen, I won't go through the whole thing, but my daughter's super constipated.
Oh.
It's a couple of hours, right? And it gets down to the point where it's enema time. I've never done it.
Did you have one on hand, or did you have to run out and get one?
My father ran to the store and purchased two.
Oh, he did?
And trust me.
Different varieties or the same one?
One of each, because none of us have done this, but I appreciated my father.
He never had to do this?
No. And my father looks at me and goes, do you know what it's like to go into a store and just buy two enemas and nothing else?
I feel like your dad has given 10 enemas and birthed a calf.
What about my father says I've given an enema? He may have birthed a calf.
You know what I mean? He just seems like he's done everything.
He does a lot of heroic on the spot stuff.
Right.
And he could have been a hero for my daughter, but still, I did the enema. You follow?
Oh, so he could have been a hero.
So I'm doing the enema, dude, and I don't know what I'm doing. It's not hard to do, but I do it. About 2 minutes later, everything's taken care of. But I will say this:
flushed out.
So the blueberries don't work.
No, man. It's look. I don't know what's going on, but she's all about blueberries. But we do this enema. Take 2 or 3 minutes. She has now relieved herself, but I thought it would be kind of a messier experience than it was. It was just this one
was it back to the softball again?
Soup can. Huh. And I asked, because she's in tears at this point, and I looked at her, do you feel better? She's kind of, yes. And I said, did you steal this from someone else? And she started laughing because I said, I don't know. I had that in your body.
What does she do?
Does
she just not regularly feel like she needs to poop?
Look, to make her feel better, I told her, listen, if I had to pass what you did based on what I'm seeing, I would be crying on the toilet too.
There's no fiber in blueberries, or does she? I mean, she eats fruit, right?
Fruit, yes,
constantly.
I don't understand, man.
Just
when it gets to the point that I have to do an enema, it's like something's got to change, man. I don't want to do this again. But I digress. Matthew, what's your worst poop story?
Oh, you said poop story.
Poop.
Yeah. What did you think we said?
You said poop story.
Wait, you thought? Wait. Hold on. P-O-O-P. Poop, turds, crap.
Right, not O-O-O-P.
Oh, you thought we said oops story.
Oops.
Oh,
I've
yes.
never heard anyone say oops.
Could both considered, depending on the situation.
It could be an oops.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, goodness. I've never had a poop story that was worth talking about.
That would be one. Where did you do it? Did you
no
do
one's
it
happy.
Did you do it at Red Lobster, or did you do it at home?
No,
okay.
It's never been anywhere where it was it's kind of out in the woods at work. Nobody could see anything. Just throw your underwear away and continue working.
All right. Well, if you think that's a normal day at the office, then I guess. I mean that's just normal for you. Okay, then.
It's happened to everyone, but not with that kind of frequency.
Reason we asked what's your worst poop story, the cops in Newark, Maryland, are searching for a man and a woman who went to an Acme grocery store 3 separate times earlier this month to shoplift mass quantities of diarrhea medicine. They've stolen a total of $200 worth in their 3 trips. The cops do have security footage of them, and in the one security still they released, it looks like the woman is holding her stomach.
Yeah.
That could just be a coincidence, of course.
No.
But, whatever.
If the only thing you stole, the only thing that you stole is diarrhea medicine, it's because one of the two of them has diarrhea. If she's holding her stomach, there's no coincidence.
Yep.
There's zero, man.
No.
That's awful. You got steal diarrhea medicine 3 times?
You might be. Oftentimes, people do that when they're trying to cut weight, so to speak. So sometimes that happens psychologically, where Karen Carpenter would eat Epicac. That's not readily available anymore, so people.
But she's a performer.
Do it the other way.
You have to have all these ridiculous looks when that kind of celebrity. This couple does not sound like it's Beyonce and Jay-Z running it.
Anorexia depends, or they're cutting it with something. And they're cutting it for a reason. So there's one of two things.
But she's holding her stomach, man. I'm saying she had the runs. It just would not go away.
Random.
They don't have insurance, right?
I don't know.
They don't have insurance. Why else would you steal diarrhea medication unless you or someone close to you has diarrhea? There's a lot of things you would steal. If I'm going to risk going to jail for stealing something, it's not just diarrhea medication.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you got diarrhea.
You got diarrhea.
You need the medicine.
Bad. Hello, Patrick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Oh, hang on the line for us.
Patrick,
We just wanted to say hello.
We got to let our stations identify themselves, and we'll get to you on the random question. More of the random question coming up. 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, thanks, everyone. I have two announcements. First, we didn't use Easy Cater for this meeting, which is why the food never arrived. Also, and I just thought of this, effective immediately, everyone will be paid in wildly volatile cryptocurrency. You're all now billionaires. And now you're broke.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. Now, Easy Cater.
You're rich again. And now you're not.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.